Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, then this doesn't work. Let's get open for business here on this Saturday morning. And thank you for joining today's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys because things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team. You know, the coffee tastes a little bit richer this morning. You notice that? The smell, you can get all the different layers of that coffee richness this morning. You know, it's cloudy outside, but it feels like the sun is just beaming in at this moment. I feel like the sky has parted, and it's going to be a great, great day. I tell you what, I feel like everything is new. It is fresh. I feel young again after what happened yesterday. My God, that was incredible. So freaking amazing. So amazing to look at my phone and see what I saw. Scott Linehan let go. My heart skipped a beat. It was just, oh, you're kidding? Really? I could cry. To me, that sent a message that we want to succeed. We are not satisfied with just getting there and being in the race. We want to do everything in our power to get to the promised land. This was a message to all of us Dallas Cowboy fans, all of us diehards that live and die and support this team through thick and thin, that we hear you. We understand that you're tired of the same crap. And we're here to deliver for you guys. I don't wish any ill on Scott Linehan. I'm sure he's a great guy. But I gotta think that the Dallas Cowboy players are feeling happy right now. They're feeling some joy. Their outlook is probably a little different, because I gotta tell you, we had a great discussion last night. Thank you, everybody who joined in on our live stream. It's incredible. I am so blessed to have each and every one of you. But the discussions that were going on about Linehan, some of the stuff was kind of mean and kind of raw, but we'll leave it there. But it seems like we always heard players that have had issues with the team talk about the Garrett guys, the Scott Linehan guys, where you could get into the doghouse. Des Bryant truly was in the doghouse. We believe that Rico Gathers is in the doghouse. Here's where it gets to be crazy for me, is we saw a couple years ago Rico being able to catch the football, being able to run downfield wide open, looking incredible. And we were told that that wasn't the issue with Rico. It was blocking. You know, he can't get on the field. I remember Brian Broda saying, you know, he'll get somebody killed out there because of his blocking. We were told that his football IQ wasn't there, that he just didn't have it, and so on and so forth. We heard all of those things. Yet, they used him a lot for blocking. I think they actually put him in pass routes maybe 4 times, threw the ball to him maybe 4 times all season. Because that was a guy who was in the doghouse. Now, I mean, he had the busted with weed one time. We get that. And I think there was an Instagram thing that he liked that was against Garrett and things like that. But, so he was in the doghouse. I believe Amari Cooper got there for a second, but talent trumped all and needing him after he threw Linehan under the bus talking about that garbage play calling he was doing. And so it seemed like the players were on eggshells and not exactly excited about the offense. Excited about playing football, but kind of meh. But I'm betting the players feel today like I do. Like that monkey is off the back, that the clouds have parted, that it's going to be a new day. It's going to be fantastic out. So now the search begins. There's several people that we've heard that they're interested in, but knowing the Cowboys, they bait and switch all the time, so you never know what they're thinking. But one of the candidates they're talking about, and we'll kind of start going through and looking at each of the candidates and things that are out there, and hopefully figure out what's good and what's not good about them and stuff. One of the ones is quarterbacks coach Scott Turner, who is part of the Norv Turner family tree. It's Norv Turner's son. He's quarterback coach, and he's got about 6 years of experience. You can see, he's a young guy. Kind of reminds you a little bit like Sean McVay, just a little bit, just kind of that look, you know what I mean? That kind of look, that young guy and all that. Definitely has been exposed to offenses because of his dad being Norv Turner. Norv Turner famously our offensive quarterback during the 90s, although when you had the best offensive line in football, when you had Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin and Troy Aikman, it's not real hard to call plays, if you know what I mean. But Norv Turner is one of those offensive coordinators that's incredible at calling plays. Just did not had that head coaching I'm having a brain fart here. Wins that you would expect. He was here in Washington forever and just was kind of mediocre. But you look at him and his offensive philosophies, what he did in San Diego, what he did with the Cowboys, and now actually, unfortunately, it's going to be overshadowed because Cam Newton injured his shoulder. But what he was doing with Cam Newton, along with his son, is Cam Newton is a different kind of quarterback. Cam Newton is a big guy. He's a guy that has legs. Cam Newton is great at moving outside the pocket. Cam Newton is actually better with the deep ball than the touch passing. And instead of Norv Turner going there and taking him and saying, forget all that. We know you're okay with doing that stuff. We're going to make you a 7-step drop back passer, and that's what we're going to do. Instead of trying to take a square peg and trying to fit into a round hole, what he did with him, and his numbers were incredible till he got hurt, was take those good parts that Cam Newton already had, being able to run, being able to get out of the pocket and stuff, and then also add to that repertoire being a better passer in the pocket as well. Using both, making him more of a bigger threat because he could kill you in so many different ways. You see my point here? So your son has been there working with Cam Newton. So he knows the subtleties of it, and I guarantee he knows more about quarterback play than our guy, Kellen Moore. So if you look at a guy like that, you look at the Cowboys who like to hire from within. The Cowboys like people that have ties to the organization. But it's also good that he is somebody who's been outside of the organization for a while. Well, actually all his career, except for his dad. Because that gives you a fresh set of eyes. different philosophy than what everybody has, because you don't want to necessarily bring in somebody from the Dallas Cowboys who's been doing the exact same thing with Scott Linehan and doesn't have some new wrinkles to go with it. Understand, bringing in Chris Richard was a fantastic move because it wasn't only Rod Marnelli's defense, which was getting better all the time. It was also Chris Richard being in Seattle doing things a little bit different. So when you brought him here, you took the two of those and you picked out the best of it. And you ended up making the sum greater than the parts. So I don't know if this is the guy or not, but here's what you look at. You look at what the Cowboys have right now. You've got a young quarterback who is a sponge that needs to be taught more. Better mechanics in the pocket. Better recognition. So you get a guy who can work with Dak to get him to another level. He's got tools. He's a winner. People believe in him. If you can get his skills up 5-10% more, all of a sudden you've got a fantastic leader of teams. And make no mistake, quarterback is key in the NFL. If you do not have a good quarterback, forget it. You're not going to win. I don't care what else you have. You have to have a quarterback. And all these people that think that, well, we can just win because we got Zeke Elliott. Listen, you know how many 1,000-yard rushers that didn't make the playoffs? Some of the greatest rushing seasons of all time, their teams had losing records. So clearly it's more than just the running back. So a guy like Scott Turner, young, can relate to players on their level. Fresh set of eyes, used to working with quarterbacks, not just any quarterbacks, quarterbacks that have some of the same traits that your quarterback has. Kind of part of the family and a new set of eyes. I can see why the Dallas Cowboys would be looking at him. He's under contract. But whomever the Cowboys get, it's got to be somebody that the players can relate to. It's got to be somebody young. Forget this old guard crap. Marco Colombo was a difference maker for the offensive line. He wasn't that far removed from playing himself. And that was the difference of him versus Paul Alexander, an old guy with a damn ketchup bottle. And that's going to be the difference from Rod Marnelli to the next guy that comes with the Cowboys. If they can get an offensive coordinator who can get the most out of Dak Prescott, who can change the offensive philosophy where we're not so predictable, if we can get our offense from somewhere in the 20s to the top 15, maintain that defense, there's no reason why the Cowboys can't be challenging for a Super Bowl next year. That's the difference that a good offensive coordinator can make. So hopefully the Cowboys are going to do their due diligence. They're going to make the right call, and everybody's going to be happy. All right, guys. Hope you all have a great day. We'll be looking a little bit later at some of the other candidates as I go through and try and do a little bit more research on them and see what we're going to see. But you know, it's the off season, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. Anything can happen. I'll see you guys soon.